we're gonna get the engine out now. Guys, Mike's making a mess. Ah. Oh. Ah. Damn. That me up. Alright guys, welcome back to DB Works. Last video you saw me taking in this sick Dodge Charger. I was supposed to be just doing some minor body work on it, but as soon as I started inspecting it, I was seeing problems. Starting with some really bad paintwork. I don't know how you get a run on a flat panel. That's the one, he definitely was trying on that one. Then we discovered something much worse. The front alignment was way out. One wheel was sticking out way more than the other side. Looking bad, man. And that can only mean chassis problems. When I looked under the wheel arch, oh shit, there was a massive kink in the chassis leg. Oh mate, this Mikey the jig there. When we got it on the ramp, it just got worse. I genuinely thought we were going to have to scrap this car. Damn, this is bad, man. I don't know what he's going to say. But there's a glimmer of hope for this Hellcat from hell. How you doing, guys? So on the last video, you've seen us basically trying to make a decision with this car. I got off the phone to my friend and he was actually in Dubai at the time. And you won't believe it, but he actually found a panel in Dubai and he got it shipped to us. So we've got the go ahead, we've got the green light. I'm excited to do it. The good thing is we don't have to paint the shell. So all we've got to do is prep it afterwards and he's gonna get it wrapped. So it's gonna save him a lot of time and money. And all we've got to do is fit the leg, basically take all the parts off, and look what we got. So just as I said, we would need a whole quarter of the car. He got us basically a whole cut off. Check it out, guys. Oh, look, there's loads of sand in there from Dubai. That's crazy, man. And I think we got all the parts for about £2,000. So that's a pretty good deal. We got radiator, well, aircon rad, subframe, front panel, cross member, and the whole complete chassis leg. We've got a replacement section, but it's still a massive job. We're going to have to take the engine out, remove almost all the working parts, so it's basically down just to the chassis and the shell. Then we're going to repair the damage to the main body, drill out all the spot welds and take out anything that's salvageable. Then cut away the bits we can't repair, pull on the jig, weld the replacement sections in, and blend all the joins in to make it look like new again. This is a massive job, but I'm excited to get going. Alright, let's get started. So we're going to get the engine out now. Mikey's already started getting on with it. And, oh shit, look at the cross member. All right, so there's a lot of bodges going on here. Like you can see, like this one's broken here. I can try and mend this. That looks like it's been glued on. All right, put that in a bag. And yeah, we're gonna basically just take it all apart and see how bad it is underneath and then make a decision of where we're gonna join the leg. But yeah, let's move on. First job is to get the engine out. We don't want to break anything that is not broken already. So it's really important that we remove all the connections. Guys, check the size of the air filter as well. That is massive. It's called a jammer. Wait for it. I'm about to make a right mess. Alright, got a bit of leakages already. Let's get these bits off. Oh, sheesh! Alright, Mike, get the bucket. Alright guys, should have checked the pressure. We had it running for a bit, but it's been off for a long time, so hopefully... Yeah, that's right. Alright, I think I failed the challenge. We want to try and get no fluid on the floor, but we've literally failed already. But it'll be okay. Guys, Mike's making a mess. Ah! Why don't they put drains on the bottom of the radiators on new cars? I just don't get it. Alright, I better give him a hand and tidy this up. I hate coolant. It's sticky. Yeah, it's sticky, man. Alright, so we're almost ready to get the engine out now. We got Nathan back in again. Hopefully he didn't break this one because he usually breaks them. I'll leave them. Alright, Nate? So before we take the engine out, or anything major, we need to take the windscreen out basically. The chassis and body is going to flex like crazy as we're doing this. So the windscreen is definitely going to crack if we don't take it out. Nathan is using a winch to pull the string around the windscreen to break the rubber seal. Once that's all broken, it should just pop out. That's right, Nathan, it's off. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Alright, so my plan of action is to basically drop the engine down onto this frame here. Well, drop the whole car down, lower it, and then raise the car up. I'm hoping it's gonna do pretty well, but we'll see what happens. A lot of it's twisted, so when I've undone it, it's moving. So I need to sort of, I've left some bolts in obviously so it doesn't fall on the floor, and disconnected every single pipe. Oh, there we are. And drained most of it. Keep getting soaked, but yeah, let's see how it goes, guys. Alright, so I've got everything disconnected. I always forget the steering shaft, but I've done that. The only thing I can think of is the wires for the top of the gearbox. So I've disconnected them from inside the car and pushed them through, and then I'll try and get through underneath, but let's just see how this goes. The trick is to keep gradually raising the car and constantly checking that nothing's still attached. Something's catching. I need to figure out what it is. Alright, so it's getting stuck on something over here. It's alright, it's only the wire for the ECU. No, it's alright. There's just a breather pipe coming off the gearbox. You've got to try and find and disconnect. Right, I think I've got that. Let's raise the car a bit more. And check again. Alright, so there's no wires attached with the gearbox. The prop shaft's all done. And I got set on my flipping on. Yeah, buddy. Look at the size of this. This is massive. Now we can finally see all the damage. Yeah, it's pretty kinked, man, and I think there's a lot of damage under here as well. So obviously I'd like to join it from here and all around on the chassis leg to the firewall or the bulkhead or whatever you're going to say, depends what country you're in. All right, good night. All right, morning. So it's the next day now. But yeah, look, guys, look at the size of the engine. It's massive. I can't really sort of put into words how big this lot is. What I'm doing is just push everything over here. I'm just getting some more bits off the engine bay, so like the oil cooler and sort of like the brake lines and everything. All right, so today we're going to be getting the car in a jig so we can basically try and pull the creases out of the main body. To do that, once I get the car in place, I'll be getting a saw out and cutting off all the damaged sections. Today is a big day. We've got a lot of heavy lifting to do, so I've got the full crew down to give us a hand. Hello everyone. Hello. You got Paul, Mikey and Freddie and Richie. So Freddie is the guy that taught me in my actual real job. Paul got me my first job, but now I'm going to show him how to do the job properly. You know what I mean? So they've done half a job, now I'll show them how to do a proper full job. So oh yeah, we got to get this jig moved, and it's gonna be a lot of work. So hopefully between all us thick idiots we can do something about it. This is Freddie's plan, so if it don't work, it's his fault. So yeah, we're going to put these little bars and everything underneath the jig and hopefully roll it across. And hopefully that works. So the car's off the ramp now, we just need to winch up the jig and clamp it on. Alright, so at the moment what we're doing is just mounting it to the jig. We just need to get everything out of the way. When we start pulling the front end, there's going to be 10 tons of pressure on the car. So these clamps have to be absolutely solid. We do not want these coming off. Right, now we need to strip out everything in the car that we don't want to bend. Alright, so we're at the next stage of basically trying to get the dash out. I took ages trying to get all the bolts out and everything, and it's taking me a while to get to this stage. No, I'm joking, no. Mikey and Paul was having a go getting the dash out, but Paul, what did you just find?
The steering wheel bolt wasn't tightened up.
Yeah, so the bolt for the steering wheel wasn't even done up, so you can kind of see where they've bodged up obviously the flitch panel, the whole job, and the steering wheel. So It's pretty dangerous, and hopefully we can find, anything we find, we're going to be done up properly and just make it as safe as possible. Just put it on that trestle. So we should be able to put the dashboard back on it. Mate, you've already fell over today. Right, put it down carefully. Alright, so guys, this is called a measuring bridge. So what you do is put the arms on it, come off of it, and I can take a measurement of all the holes, and obviously this side's going to be damaged, so you're going to know it won't obviously line up with that side if it's really bad. Alright, so yeah, you've got your length here, which you can see, and then you've got your width, obviously when it goes in that, and then you've got your height. So once we're ready, we could probably go off both sides, off of like this hole here, and we can check, because this is just right behind the chassis leg, and then that'll be a good place to sort of go off, to make sure this isn't pushed back as well. Okay, so the front cross member has to come out. All right, let's get this undone and see what happens. But it's so bent, I don't even think I can get to the bolt. Oh! All right, that's pretty bent, I can't get to that one. That's a good start. Oh, it's loose anyway. Last bolt. Didn't move. All right, let's get this side undone. All right, so I've just got the new cross member just to check what's going on, and it's got a spot weld on the top and bottom, both sides. So hopefully if I drill those, it should come off. Yeah, check this out as well. So see the right angle panel here with the spot welds, and obviously this base plate. Check this one, obviously this is the panel they've put in. But if you check this, you can see where they've cut it. This is really one of the crappiest jobs I've ever seen. It's got a bit of panel bond on it and a couple of tacks, and that is it. It's crap work, but it doesn't really matter because I'm about to cut this section off. This is the first bit of work I'm done on the car, which isn't reversible. Once I make this first cut, there's no going back. Wish me luck. Yeah, buddy. Not too bad. All right, so what I was trying to explain is, so where it's been pulled before, you can see it's come away from the bulkhead. So when you're pulling it, obviously the only place you could pull it on the other one was at the end of the leg, and obviously inside here as well. But the problem is, it's not going to pull it in each point of pressure where we kind of need it. So where they pulled it enough now, hopefully they pulled it enough. What we can do is now is pull it in each individual place, and then cut off more and more as we need. But yeah, here's the clamps. So there's all different ones, but you've got this, like obviously the wider one. You can go inside the leg. Some other ones as well, some smaller ones that can go deeper into places. And yeah, this should be good, should be good. So there's a couple more bits to come off, then we can start pulling. All right, so now the chassis leg's cut off. I'm just gonna wait till tomorrow so Freddie's in and we can work together as a team. But guys, if you can sort of, well, subscribe to the channel, and it'll help me grow the channel, and I can keep producing like sick videos and get better over time. So yeah, you better follow this one through because it's gonna be pretty sick. All right, morning. So Freddie's here today. We're just basically getting everything prepared so we can start pulling. Hopefully it just get easier and easier as it goes. If not, then I'll just, yeah, we'll run away. That's right. Go on, Ted. I should have done this one myself. So I'll charge you for the jig, Fred. So you can see now that we can get to a point of the body much deeper than before. We need to strip some bits off of this, take this off. You can see where it's been adjusted before, and you can see the door is back. So what we're gonna do is take the outer piece off, that piece as well, and we're gonna pull it so it'll bring the pillar down. And yeah, it'd be good. So this actual measurement's really good. That's perfect. That one's spot on as well. So it actually hasn't gone back further than this point here. Yeah, so yeah, we'll get some pulling done and see how it goes. All right, so we're going to pull the main structure now and hopefully get all the creases out of these panels. All right, so this thing I just put on is called a dozer. So what I've done is I've just pushed it in, turned this around and tapped this across it, pulls this bar in and locks it to the jig. And then what we'll do is once you clamp it on, we put the chains around here, you push the button and this pulls back. So what they've done before is they basically just pulled it enough just so they can get the panels on it and hide everything. This time I'm going to do it properly. Trying to straighten out the chassis is a big job. There's absolutely no point in going half-assed at all. Either do it properly or don't bother. This is a safety cable, just in case the chain snaps. There's 10 tons of pulling force in this chain, and if it snaps, the clamp's going to go flying. And if that hits you, that's going to kill you. Right, let's go. Right, we're ready. It's time to start pulling. Alright, so it's going pretty sick to be fair. This is pulling pretty good. We thought it was going to be quite strong because there's a high strength steel inside this one, which is it's called boron steel. But it's coming out pretty good. Obviously, Freddie's been smashing the shit out of the inside with the hammer, just basically releasing the tension. He's got creases in the roof as well, so where we've been pulling it, it's hopefully just getting better and better. It's pretty good, guys. Get in there. Alright, take two. Sounds a bit different, doesn't it? And that is why we have the safety cable. Damn! That shit me up. Alright, let's try that again. So the first pull got some of the creases out, but we're going to need to go deeper, so I need to cut off even more. If we roll back and forward over this clip, you can see the difference the jig is making. So you can also see now why the damage on the front end was causing the issues on the roof. Alright, so we reckon we're in the right place now with the chassis, so finally it's time to put the new section on. Alright, so I've just vacuumed this out as best I could, and it's got a strong stench of piss coming from here, so I'm not going to get down in there too much anymore. And I definitely need to wash my hands, but it smells like someone's been pissing in this panel, so... Oh, stinks. And now I've got to prepare it, ready to put in. I have to remove any panels that don't need to go in the car. Hey! So what we've done is dressed everything up and taken all the panels off. These are all the pieces. So basically we've taken this all off to basically just use what we need. Now I need to prep the car for the new panel. As the dozer's already attached, we might as well use it. And here it goes with the new section. Right, so Fred's gonna now put a bolt in just to hold it in place. And there it is. Now to get the position absolutely perfect before we start welding.
Right, that's perfect now. Yeah.
And it's looking pretty close to being exactly where we need it. Next, we need to put on the new cross member to give the chassis some stability for when we start welding. And then the front panel. It's almost looking like a car again. Alright, it's time for some welding. This was the bit that was damaged inside, so obviously it goes around there somewhere. But this one's already been cut nicely and overlapped, so that's just the outer closing panel. But what we're doing as well, see this line here, that's the high strength steel, and this is just a normal steel. We don't want to join in the high strength steel because you're not supposed to do it. So I'll probably put a strip inside as well, just to make it extra strong. So I've done a test weld just to check on my welds before I was doing the welding. So once I've done all this as well, this is the outer closing panel. It's just a thin bit for the outer flitch, which I'll weld onto here. We've already planished it up a bit. We've put our weld through primer on. This is etch primer as well. No, zinc primer as well, which is weld through. And gonna line it up on the old marks and everything just to make sure it's like perfect. All the measurements are looking spot on, but we're gonna double measure it as well because once you're welding, it could sort of like distort it, but it's looking really good. So, all right, so on to the next bit. See, this is the little piece I made. I've cut this off the old panel. This goes in here. I could put a little tack on it in different places, belt sand it down, and then I can overlap my panel. So let's get this put in, get the outer panel on, and then get the outer flitch on and the closing panel. Right, I've been over that with the belt sander and some primer. Now it's time for the closing panel. Right. Alright, so I've just welded this panel on. There's a lot of sand in here still from Dubai, so I've just been cleaning that out a bit. Because if I go and spray it, it's all going to blow out the gaps and stuff. And then I can put this, finally get this panel on, get that cleaned up as well. And then yeah, buddy, gonna be good, man. I've managed to belt sand this down nice as well, so it's not even, can't even see anything. So I want to make it as original as possible. So if anyone takes the wings off or anything, it doesn't look like it's been touched. This should be the last bit of welding. I always say this is the last bit of welding, but you know, it's like you put your welder away, you think you finished it and you have to get it back out again, and the welder is always buried right at the back. So give it all a little bit of a planish. Oh yeah, someone in one of my last videos said, do not use your panel hammer for using it with a body chisel. So I've had this hammer since I started. And it's the same one. It's had 5 new heads and 3 new handles. Yeah, you'll get that. Yeah, I've got loads of these hammers, guys, so don't, it's beaten to shit. So it is what it is. All right, so that's the last weld, but I guarantee you'll see me again in a minute with the welder out, because I don't know what it is. You'll be welding, you put everything away, and you always miss one plug weld or something. But to be honest, there's a couple of edges. Once we belt sanded it, you might see, so I'd have to get it back out anyway. But hopefully that's everything done. Car's a lot of work, but it's gonna look sick. I hate painting in my shop, but I've got no choice. I had to recreate the sealer lines, and I got it perfect. I'm well happy. I already sprayed the green ground coat and it's ready for the base coat. Now ready for the top coat. It's very hard to match the OEM finish because it's very patchy and it's a solid colour on the strut top and the door shuts. That's it for this video, guys. I'm well happy with the progress. It's gone great so far, but the big test comes in the next video. We need to put everything back together to see if it all works. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next one, and I'll see you next time.